there's a little bit of confusion in the world of Marvel, casual Marvel fandom, casual Spider-Man fandom. So a lot of people might think, well, wait a minute. Spider-Man's a Marvel character, right? How come when I load up my Disney Plus, I ain't seen no Spider-Man, at least not much Spider-Man. What's going on here? Well, the people at Sony have heard your cries because apparently I got an email this morning that came out from the promo departments over at Disney to let us know that Spider-Man films and Venom movies are coming to Disney Plus. Now, not all of them, but the good chunk of them. Take a look at this. It's being reported that Spider-Man, the original Sam Raimi 2002 Spider-Man, is going to be available on Disney Plus on April 21st. Spider-Man 2, the 2004 film, will be available also on the 21st, as will Spider-Man 3, the 2007 version, will be as well, along with Andrew Garfield's The Amazing Spider-Man from 2012. No mention of The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
That's okay. We don't like to mention that.
we don't talk about The Amazing Spider-Man 2. But also then Tom Holland's Spider-Man Homecoming will be available on May 12th. And then the first Venom film, which I really like, is also going to be available on May 12th. Now, I don't know if Venom 2 is already on there. I don't think it is. I don't know where the other two Tom Holland Spider-Man films are currently streaming, but it's only going to be a matter of time. Now, a lot of people may ask, well, why hasn't Disney put these movies on earlier? Because, and I know a lot of people forget this, Disney is not in charge of the Spider-Man franchise. Sony decides where the movies go. Sony, as the distributor, remember, there are two key players in a movie getting made. There's the production company that makes the movie, and then there's the distributor who decides what to do with it. It's the distributor who decides how many theaters does it go to? What kind of marketing campaign do we do? When it's done its theatrical run, where do we put it for streaming? What kind of home video options? That's all the distributor. So I guess Sony decided that Disney Plus was the best place for these particular movies. The other ones are probably still under license and contract to other places, I guess. But I think this is great. Look, I love the fact that Sony has kind of control of the Spider-Man character, but I also kind of want to be able to watch them all under one roof. And so the whole idea that these movies are now all coming together under the Disney Plus banner, I think is a good thing. I mean, it's less confusion for me anyway. I can just grab my remote control, go to Disney Plus. I can watch any of these movies that I want. And I love, by the way, that first Andrew Garfield Amazing Spider-Man movie. Anyway, Chris, you hear about this. It looks like Spidey is starting to come home under the umbrella of Disney Plus. What do you think about this?
I love it. I think it's wonderful. I am a huge fan of Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man. And listen, if we're not going to have the second one of his on there, I don't want that third Tobey Maguire one on there. Get that dancing nonsense out of here.
What are you talking about? Everybody loves emo Peter.
No. And him doing his weird, just like hip thrusty dancing. No, yeah. Get out of here. Get out of here.
That's where I learned how to dance.
That's where?
Yeah.
Oh, poor Laura. Poor thing. But I think this will be wonderful. It's nice to have all the Spider-Men under one roof, right?
Yeah.
Because they're all in a film together. Why wouldn't we be watching all these? So I'm really glad that they got all of this worked out. I think this is wonderful to have on here. And, you know, I know people talk a lot of shit about the second Amazing, and they should. They really should. But there were some really cool things that I wish we got to explore in that one, because I always do really enjoy that kind of B plot of what happened with Peter's parents and how they were spies and how I had all this other stuff going on, because we constantly go back to the Uncle Ben well, right? And we've kind of avoided that with Tom. We've really focused more on his relationship with Aunt May and everything like that. But we've talked about, Uncle Ben ad nauseum. It's really, really cool to go back and go, hey, what about Peter's parents? What are they doing? What happened to them? I liked the idea of that exploration. I really hope at some point we get into that, because I always thought that was a cool storyline in the comics.
The Amazing Spider-Man 2, to me, is a tale of two movies.
Mm-hmm. It's half good.
Yeah,
it's half good.
Yeah.
Like the bad of it is so bad that's all we remember, understandably so. But not just that stuff. I contend that Peter and Gwen's relationship in The Amazing Spider-Man 2 might be my second favorite comic book movie romance ever. I love their relationship in this. And the moment Gwen dies, now for those of us who knew the comic, right, and we knew kind of what was coming, even for us, you couldn't be prepared.
Yeah.
Because everybody in that movie theater is like, oh yeah, he's going to get her. He's going to get her.
Oh no!
And then the snap.
I couldn't believe
the
they did it.
sound of her head
Yeah.
hitting the concrete.
Oh, and the neck snapping, the head
It's
snap.
traumatizing. Still to this day.
It was viscerally painful. Like emotionally, like it just ripped your guts. Even if you knew what happened in the comics and you knew what was coming, the way they portrayed that scene was so powerful. And then like with him visiting a grave and all that kind of stuff, like it was heartbreaking.
Well, the lead up, the marketing, it being Emma Stone, there's no way they're going to do it.
Oh no,
there's
way.
absolutely no way.
She's one
They
of the
would
biggest
never
at
do
the time.
that.
She's one of the biggest stars in the world right
Yeah. And then when they did that,
Whew. I'll tell you what. And then we had nerdy Jamie Foxx.
yeah. And thankfully we've fixed that.
We did. I mean, yeah. No Way
Home.
Home kind of did
Little bit.
some work to fix that thing a little bit. Anyway,
I mean, I even liked him and Harry's relationship before he became, the Green Goblin himself, the Hobgoblin or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I liked that relationship too. Like I said, there's like this tonal shift.
It's
It
a
was like,
tale of
this
two
is
movies.
Cool. This is stupid.
Yeah. It's really weird the way that went down. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? It looks like the Spider-Man movies and Venom are starting to make their way over to Disney+. What do you think about that? Were you surprised that they weren't already there? Are you excited about it? Maybe you don't really care about the Spider-Man movies. Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Guys, we want to thank a sponsor of this video, BetterHelp. Getting to know yourself can be a lifelong process, especially because we're always growing and changing. Think about it. The person you were 5 years ago is not the exact person that you are today. Therapy is all about deepening your self-awareness and understanding, because sometimes we don't know what we want or why we react the way that we do until we talk things through. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist who can take you on that journey of self-discovery from wherever you are. And guys, striving for better mental health is something we should all aspire to. I've talked about this before, but when somebody goes to the gym, we applaud them for getting out there to improve their physical health. Well, it's about time that we start looking at mental health the same way, not just by encouraging the people around us to look into therapy, but by also taking the step to take care of our own mental health as well. So listen, if you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a short questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. So discover your potential with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/Campea today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Campea.